A wave of enthusiasm continues to build across the Bluegrass as we inch closer and closer to the official start of the Mark Pope era in the Bluegrass. Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside Rupp Arena, where tonight the Cats take on Kentucky Wesleyan in their first exhibition matchup of the night. And Cameron Mills, it's clear to see Big Blue Nation, they're excited and ready to go with a brand new era.
A brand new start to the Kentucky program, and one that, as Mark Pope said from his press conference on, he is very aware of the assignment, and as we saw during the introduction, they panned those banners up here hanging at Rupp Arena. That's the assignment, to hang number 9.
Mark Pope helped bring one of those banners home, and his coaching journey has brought him back home. Stops at Utah Valley and a successful tenure at BYU. He was named Kentucky head coach back in April, and the excitement and enthusiasm has been at a fever pitch as we inch closer to November. Coach Pope, a captain of that 96 title team, 110 wins at BYU over 5 years. And we're ready to tip off this exhibition matchup against the Panthers team that won 21 games last year and appeared in the Division II NCAA tournament. And they've had some success in these exhibitions. We'll talk about that. Now let's watch Kentucky's first possession as they quickly go inside to Amari Williams. They find Carr right-handed.
Just immediately exactly what they wanted. Get that screen coming from Andrew Carr along the baseline. Amari looking right for it in the lane.
Well, you see the Kentucky Wesleyan lineup as Kentucky themselves come up with a steal. Carr's got Butler out front. No. Rebound Owe near the free throw line. Owe charges and finishes. Boy, Butler already picking up the pressure, Cameron.
Butler's going to do that. He's got the freedom to pick up as far up as he wants to.
Wesleyan working the perimeter. Jones, one of their top returners from last year. Jones will put it up. Off the rim. Carr tips the rebound to Butler, and away they go. Let's get a look at the Kentucky starting 5 as they find Butler. A lot of new faces on this year's team. Owe and Robinson, you see. Carr made an impact in that blue-white game. We've already seen him early on as Robinson misfires out front.
A lot of experienced faces on this Kentucky team as well.
Miles with the handoff to Gray. McIntyre upstairs to Jones. We saw Kentucky Wesleyan going through their sets that they want to run. This is a veteran lineup. Shot clock down to 5. Kentucky putting the pressure on. Getting loose, though, is Huick, and he scored.
Just a missed assignment. Amari that time going for the steal, kind of out of place a little bit. Left that lane open as he didn't get it. Wesleyan gets the easy 2.
Here's Owe. Tough shot won't go, and the rebound goes to Gray of Wesleyan. Here's a long shot out front by McIntyre for the lead. That won't fall. Huick had it in the lane, knocked away by Williams. In the scrum, there'll be a kick ball, Kentucky possession.
Well, look, those three-point shots, and I think we're going to see a lot of them on both sides of the court this game. Three-point shots, rebound long. Can't run to the rim and expect to get the rebound there most of the time.
Coach Pope, Cameron, we talked to him before tonight's game, and he talked about things he wanted to see tonight from his Kentucky lineup, and one of those was just facing somebody in a different uniform, another team.
He said over and over again the last few weeks, he wants to see his team challenged. He wants them thrown curveballs, see how they react.
Butler finds Owe. They tried to swing it, but it's stolen. Jones got the tough move to go, and he ties the game at 4.
Owe that time just a little bit in between a chest pass and an overhead pass.
2.5 minutes, over 2.5 minutes. Really pressing up on Robinson. They find Owe. Back to Carr. Nice ball movement, one extra pass leads to the open tray.
And again, this is where Kentucky is going to be dangerous all year. Unselfishness, find the open man, and 3-ball, 3-ball, 3-ball.
You know, the most interesting thing about these two teams tonight are the fact that they're both so experienced. Even if Kentucky's got new faces, they have experience at other places. Here's Robinson off the rebound in transition. No. Always there for the board. Here's Carr. Thought about the trigger. Spins his way in. Back out to Owe. Owe will go to the rack.
So one thing you want to do for Kentucky Wesleyan, just cut off the middle. Don't give Kentucky the middle in any way, shape, or form and let that defense collapse.
And we heard Coach Cooper of Kentucky Wesleyan talk about that during the shoot-around. Defend the middle. Protect the middle. Three off the corner, no good. Nice rebound, though, by Wesleyan.
Again, three's bouncing long. But Kentucky Wesleyan's going to get up as many threes as I think Kentucky is.
So far, we've seen Wesleyan be real patient offensively. A deflection. Here's Butler. No, behind the back, and the finish by Robinson.
I hate to say it, I'm a soothsayer, but I feel like I saw that coming about 5 bounces before it happened.
Cats on a 7-0 run. Jumper off the right side won't fall for Jones, and Kentucky's off and running. Owe finds Butler cutting, and he got it.
In fact, that might have been an and one too, but no complaint from Butler.
9 straight by these new look Cats. Hand off to Jones. Top of the key is good.
Basket by Jones.
Butler finds Amari Williams. Williams, the transfer out of Drexel. Butler back to Carr. They're really collapsing on Kentucky in the paint as Butler misses the tray. We got a foul. That'll bring us to our first timeout. We've already seen a little razzle-dazzle from these Wildcats. How about a no-look behind-the-back bounce leading to the two-hand flush? Kentucky Wesleyan out of Owensboro, a member of the Great Midwest Athletic Conference, Division II, and a program that has won 8 national titles. They've gotten 2 wins against Division I opponents, including an exhibition victory last year in Louisville under the direction of Drew Cooper in his 7th season. Last year was the GMAC Coach of the Year with his club going 21-9 and splitting the GMAC regular season title. 177 wins in 11 years as a head coach. We had a chance to speak with Coach Cooper earlier today, and I asked him about the fact, hey, your team went into Louisville last year and won. You've got 5 of your top 6 returners from last year coming into Rupp. And he said, well, it is a different environment here in Lexington, but he said the biggest thing is I don't want my guys to overestimate the opponent as Kentucky's defense forces a 10-second violation, but don't underestimate yourself either.
Yeah, absolutely. And just also, I mean, if you look at the idea of what they want to come out of this game. Same thing Coach Pope has said. What does Kentucky want out of this? Coach Cooper said, look, a win tonight may mean we've won a 4-minute game. We've had less than 10 turnovers. It might look different on the scoreboard, but they've got an opportunity to win tonight as far as those certain stats.
Robinson comes down low to Carr. Carr looking to pass it back out. He finds Robinson. Robinson to Brea. Kobe Brea in the game out of the timeout. Brea's going to put it up. Yes!
First 3 of his career here at Kentucky, might as well go down. Almost 50% from the 3 last year.
Kentucky now 2 out of 5 from distance. Keep an eye on that throughout the evening. They want to get up about 35 threes a game.
It just sounds insane.
Doesn't it?
It just sounds, it's an insane statistic.
Let's take another look at Kobe Brea and Cameron, how they set up that look.
And look, Kobe's got the green light from anywhere. Just about everybody on this team has the green light. Kobe Brea is not going to pass up just a little bit of sliver.
Quentin Tolles is in the game for Kentucky Wesleyan now. There he is with the ball, putting up the shot, and he left it short. The rebound tipped out of bounds. It'll be Kentucky possession. Tolles, a junior out of Canton, Ohio. He was a pickup that Coach Cooper bragged about when we spoke to him earlier.
And one thing, and I know I've said this before, but again, Kentucky Wesleyan shooting as many threes maybe as we will tonight, or as Kentucky will tonight, and yet these rebounds their threes are rebounding long. Kentucky's got to make sure that they are blocking out and getting those baskets.
Robinson gets the shot to go. He's got 4 points. And the Cats lead at 18-6. Trying to muscle it up is Terrence Ringo Jr. Kentucky with the denial. Butler spinning into the lane. Out to Brea. Why not another one? In and out. Ringo out of Evansville, Indiana with the board. Finds Tolles. And Butler going for the steal. He's got it. 2-on-1, but Butler gets it anyway. They let him go.
Butler is just a menace again. Defensive Player of the Year last year in his conference, 2-time, I believe. And he's just an absolute menace defensively.
Got Brea going for the block there, and we saw that a couple of times in the blue-white game, guys getting out trying to block shots.
You know, it's so hard because you've got coaches, look, if you're going to play, if you're going to shoot a lot of threes, you're going to run against teams that are going to shoot a lot. You've got to get out and cut them down as far as close out correctly and not close out high and risk that foul.
The cheer you hear in the background is because one of Kentucky's own just stepped on the floor. That's the freshman Travis Perry, the all-time leading scorer in Kentucky high school history. And also Colin Chandler just took the floor.
Colin Chandler, the winner of the dunk contest at Big Blue Madness.
Freshman out of Farmington, Utah. He was the #1 rated player coming out of Utah. And a shot that's blocked by Brandon Garrison.
Garrison leading the break. A little dipsy-doo between the legs.
Here's Chandler now. He has put on a show so far in the preseason. Garrison in the lane for 2.
Again, we talked about the threes, but when those threes start falling, everybody's got to come out and opens up the middle.
Lamont Butler was a 2-time Mountain West Defensive Player of the Year for San Diego State, and he is already showing why he has been so good defensively, wearing the blue and white. Kentucky fans are no strangers to outstanding freshman classes and being excited about the future of the program. Well, they've got 3 good ones coming into this year, Mr. Mills, with Travis Perry, Trent Noah, and Colin Chandler.
And 2 of them in the game right now. Coach Pope said earlier he's going to go deep. He's got confidence in everybody on this team to put them in at any point. But yeah, this freshman class is a lot better than a lot of people are expecting, and I think they're going to get a lot more time this year than a lot of people are expecting. Of course, 2 of them being from Kentucky.
Just based off what we've seen so far in preseason, Colin Chandler might emerge as a guy that you see really earn a role in the rotations.
Colin Chandler, again, 2 years off. 2 years, no basketball, basically, other than maybe some conditioning, getting some shots up, and all of a sudden comes back off his mission and has to, readjust to playing at this level, which he hasn't. So, he might be a little bit older than Travis and Trent, but he's still coming as a freshman and still has to make those adjustments. But from what I've seen early and quickly, he has made those adjustments well.
There's a foul on Ansley Almanor, one of those new faces for Kentucky. He gets tripped up, and the shot missed by Jones there. Kentucky's got the basketball. Here's Perry in the front court. He's got Chandler. One extra pass to Almanor. The corner 3.
Great. Such a smart decision by Chandler. You had a guy closing out on him and saw again, wide open white shirt down in the corner. And with this team, it might as well be someone that can shoot the 3-point shots.
Kentucky's on a 21-2 run. They've scored 12 straight to lead 25-6 as we approach 11 minutes.
It's a great closeout in defense by Travis Perry, and then a little too enthusiastic. He got called for the foul. That's just great pass by Chandler.
Mid-air adjustment.
Ansley Almanor, look, you're not going to hear his name mentioned among the best 3-point shooters in this team, but he is one of the best 3-point shooters on this team.
Tolles on the dribble for Wesleyan. He's going to put it up. Short. Perry out battles the Panthers for the basketball. He's got Chandler in the corner. Chandler on the baseline. Scoop shot, a little up and under.
Chandler making great decisions offensively with the ball. And good job for Travis Perry looking ahead and finding him in the corner.
And the Panthers finally get one to go. That's McIntyre in transition. It's 27-9. Garrison's going to put it up. No, and these bigs for Kentucky, Cameron, they can shoot.
I mean, you saw how good that shot looked. It didn't go in, but Brandon Garrison's not afraid to shoot, and has got a great-looking J as well.
Here's Mitchell into the lane. He ran into some white jerseys, and Kentucky comes away with the basketball. Perry in transition. That's off the shot clock. It'll be Wesleyan basketball.
That's right.
Check again for Kentucky is
Great job by Chandler. Again, down in the baseline, nobody cuts him off. And if nobody stops you, you keep going. That's just the rule. All the way for the reverse layup. Looks pretty smooth right there for a freshman. Older freshman, but a freshman nonetheless.
Almanor checks out for Kentucky. So does Brea. They get Carr back in along with Owe. Jones working alongside Ringo above the arc. Here's Gray. Jones left it short. We've seen that a couple of times out of the Panthers. A lot of long jumpers left short.
Well, Kentucky is forcing those three-point shots from Kentucky Wesleyan. They're forcing them deep because they're closing out well, and they're not giving them easy buckets, easy three-point looks.
Owe finishes strong.
Owe with a strong first half. Gives them to 9 points, 2 rebounds.
Junior out of Newark, New Jersey, transferred in from Oklahoma. Nice feed to Tolles.
That time Chandler looked a little bit like a freshman. Look, Kentucky Wesleyan loves playing that Princeton offense. They are going to go backdoor a lot, so Kentucky's got to be very aware of that.
Chandler in the corner. Batted out to Owe. They'll reset and tried another one, but Garrison couldn't get it to drop.
If they're going to leave him open, Brandon's got to continue to shoot that.
Kentucky has already attempted 11 threes. Here's Tolles out front. In the corner to McIntyre along the baseline against Carr. And they're going to say it's off of Carr. I beg your pardon, it's off of McIntyre.
He replaces Garrison.
Here's Owe. Just that little hesitation out front.
And again, that body to body where he's able to get by his man in that corner. Chandler just a little bit late on that rotation.
Butler back in the game for the Wildcats. Perry goes out. Amari Williams also back on the floor. Graduate from Nottingham, England. Owe. A little miscommunication there. They get it back. Carr with the finish.
Unselfish play.
Just kept working the basketball, and we've seen it time and again in this first half, that one extra pass.
I mean, remember, these guys haven't played together for 2 or 3 months, and they're already learning, like, look, it's unselfish play one way or the other.
One thing we haven't seen a lot of when Kentucky's been on offense tonight, not a lot of dribbling.
And I don't think we will. I think, again, that's one of the best things we've seen coming out of practice. It's just a lot of ball movement, crisp ball movement, too.
Ringo in the lane, knocked it off the legs of Carr.
We ought to give credit
to Kentucky basketball, though.
Amari and Brandon down in the low post for Kentucky, too, because big and imposing as they are, they've contested shots. They've not let Kentucky Wesleyan have anything easy. Again, forcing them further and further away from that basket where they're having to take even longer threes.
31-11 as we go under 8 minutes. Kentucky with the lead. There's Chandler in the corner. No. Kentucky now 3 out of 12 as Tolles gets the feed up the floor. Able to get the left-hand lay-in. Butler out front. He was screened open for the shot. Comes inside to Williams. Gives it to Carr. Carr finishes through the foul.
Not quite.
Kentucky with a 33-13 lead at Rupp Arena.
Welcome back to Rupp Arena, and Otega Owe has been the star early for the Kentucky Wildcats, doing it all over the court. Average last year at Oklahoma, 11.4 points per game, already at 9 tonight from the three-point line and getting into the lane easily. Otega already with 2 rebounds as well. He's getting it done everywhere.
Oklahoma transfer, had 14 points, as you see there in the blue-white game. And Cameron, he really brings some physicality. He's a guy that's going to be able to get to the line for them this year.
Well, you know, the thing is that, I mean, look at it on the court. Tell me a guy that doesn't bring physicality. I mean, these are fifth-year seniors. I mean, there's a lot of experience on this court, which means a lot of guys that know how to throw their muscle around and have some muscle to throw around.
Andrew Carr at the free throw line out of this timeout for the and one. He sinks it, and he was 10 for 10 on free throws in the blue-white game. And here's some press.
Coach Pope told us earlier that he's just going to throw a lot of stuff at Kentucky Wesleyan tonight, just coming out of timeouts, coming out of free throws, going to mix up the defense. That's the second time I believe we've seen a press, and a different kind of press both times.
Miles with the feed, and a great job by Jones of getting that one through contact, just finishing strong.
The back door, and that back door, it's not just about a cut. You've got to make a perfect pass. In Kentucky Wesleyan, that's 2 for 2 we've seen.
Williams couldn't get it to go. The rebound batted back out. Kentucky swinging it around the floor. Here's Carr, and he gets fouled in the lane.
One thing that Amari, look at that perfect pass.
Yeah,
I mean, he just threads a needle.
Kennedy Miles with the team last year, led him in assists per game at nearly 5, showing off the passing skill there.
One thing to watch with Amari in the game for Kentucky is that he does a great job, and really all the Wildcats do this, a great job. When that 3 goes up for them, they're not just looking for the offensive rebound, they're looking to bat it back out to get another chance at that offense. So instead of going up and possibly getting that over the back call or that offensive foul call on a rebound, they're just going up with one hand and trying to bat it back out, hoping there's a white shirt out there to collect it and get another possession.
Carr gets another look at the free throw line. He makes 1 out of 2, and it's a 20-point Kentucky lead. By the way, the foul was on Kennedy Miles, the man we were just talking about for Wesleyan.
All right, so Kentucky's up 20 at this point, 6:36 left to go in this first half. So now what? Do we go up 30? Is there that pressure coming from the coaching staff or even the players to say, hey, game isn't over, let's go. Let's keep putting our foot on the pedal.
Long shot from the corner by Tolles. Back the other way. Here's Robinson. Money.
It just changes the game when you've got 9, 10 guys that can light it up from 3 at any particular time. Completely stretches the court.
Kentucky now 4 out of 13 from 3. Wesleyan, by the way, just 1 for 9. They find Tolles in the left corner. It underneath to Huick. Oh, and Owe is just everywhere defensively on rebounds. He's just everywhere.
That's maybe his 4th rebound. That one might have counted as a steal as well.
You may be right. Here's Williams' free throw line. Gets it to go.
Great job by Amari Williams. Again, when Lamont penetrates, Amari knows to step in around that free throw line. That's his money shot right there.
The other side of the coin, when you talk about Kentucky Wesleyan, you were talking about, can Kentucky go from up 20 to up 30? If you're Wesleyan, you want to close it back down to maybe 15 or 10 over this next segment. That's what Coach Cooper's looking for.
Well, it looks like he's got 2 new guys getting ready to come in. But again, look how deep they're taking their 3s. It's just all that pressure, whether it's from Butler or any of the other Kentucky players.
Always. Once he lowers the shoulder, he's gone.
I mean, but all the stuff that we've talked about and heard about this Kentucky team, all the stars, many of them coming from mid-major teams. And you know what? Always certainly one that was mentioned. But to me, it's one of those scary things that, hey, any of these guys on any particular night might be able to go off and give you 20 points. How do you scout that?
Yep.
How do you prepare for that?
Well, and with Owe in particular, when you factor in guys like Owe and Jackson Robinson, who came from BYU, they were in the Big 12, which is a phenomenal basketball conference. So Owe knows what it's like to compete at a high level.
The truth is, though, all of these guys do, because I don't care if you're mid-major. You're playing Division I college basketball, which means there are many guys at that mid-major level that are capable of playing at a Kentucky level, at a Duke level, to Carolina. I mean, they're capable of doing it. They just need a chance. And fortunately for these guys, Mark Pope wanted them to come give them that chance.
Perfect examples, Lamont Butler, who hit a game-winning shot in the Final Four.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was for San Diego State.
That was 3 years ago, too, I believe. And then two Defensive Player of the Years after that.
42-15 Kentucky. lot of new faces in the game. Gavin Reed on the floor now for Kentucky Wesleyan. And here's a pocket picked by Butler. Butler's going to take it the rest of the way and finish with a two-hand flush.
Just a nuisance. On the ball, off the ball.
Drive and kick by Wesleyan. The shot won't fall, though, for Mitchell. Kentucky's on the run again. Here's Robinson in transition. Bottom!
Coach Pope has said this Kentucky Wildcat team, the goal is from rebound or shot through the basket. They got 3 seconds to get it across half court, and they're beating that tonight.
Robinson's got 10. He's 2 for 3 from beyond the arc. Here's Tolles. Tolles trying to get away from Butler, forces it up, and he gets it to go.
Well, that's what Kentucky Wesleyan needs, just a couple shots to fall in, maybe get them going here a little bit.
We got a whistle and a timeout on the floor.
Three-point shot by Jackson Robinson. Again, just matter of fact. Look how deep this is. Great pass by Butler. Immediate launch. Knows it's going up before that ball's even in his hands.
Cats by 30 here in the first half over Wesleyan. Mark Pope getting his unofficial Rupp debut as Kentucky head coach. There you see his resume. 10 seasons as a D1 head coach that includes stops at Utah Valley and BYU. And the thing that I believe has gotten fans enthusiastic about it, Cameron, is he's won 20 or more of his games in 6 of the last 7 years at places that can be tough to recruit to, and now he's come home and he's sort of brought back a style that fans love.
Just for perspective, Mark Pope's got a 69% winning percentage at Utah Valley and at BYU. And again, for perspective, Eddie Hurley at Connecticut had a 67% winning percentage before he got to Connecticut. So being at Kentucky just gives Pope that extra ability to recruit talented players and draw them to the school, to the program.
Robinson is 10 points. Owe with 11 in the first half of the Wildcats. There's a bucket out front by Wesleyan's Ringo.
Again, you saw that one little pump fake earlier from Wesleyan, got it to fall, and now it's 2 for 2 in the last minute.
Here's Butler out front for 3. Short. Williams in the lane. Out to Brea for a triple. Bottom.
I'm going to say it again because it's a ridiculous stat. 49% from the three-point line last year, and I don't care what level you're playing, that's incredible.
Kentucky wants to shoot 35 triples a game. They're at 17 in the first half, 6 of 17. 59% shooting from the floor overall. Wesleyan has been held to 9 of 25. Williams with a big denial. Here's Robinson. Robinson finds Williams. A laser pass to Almanor. Yes! Wow!
All started with Amari Williams down here with that monster volleyball spike, and then down the break, unselfish play, kicks it out to a three-point shooter. Ran the floor as a big man too. Come on.
Yeah. Fans wanted a turnover there, and they got one anyway. Almanor with a steal. Away to Butler, back to Almanor, stepping into it. In and out. Jones calling for some help. Boy, Kentucky really starting to clamp down. Ringo puts it up. That's no good.
And no purple for Kentucky Wesleyan down in that paint for that offensive rebound. All white shirts.
And Williams gets bumped on the drive.
Amari Williams, defensive player of the year, just a monster volleyball spike here. And then runs the court as a big man. Gets the assist. There's a rule on that. Ansley put that dribble down. Does that still mean Amari gets an assist? Check the official score here.
Well, it says Williams has 5. I'm going to go with yes. 5 assists.
Not bad for a big man.
Speaking of Williams, gives it to Butler. Butler back to Williams.
Amari Williams, assist to Butler.
35-point lead for the Wildcats. And now Tolles has it stolen by Butler. And Tolles trying to get it back. Whistled, I think, for the foul.
Minute 7 left to go in the second half. And again, can Kentucky Wesleyan just kind of not grow frustrated as Kentucky's going on these runs?
Nice vision there by Butler to find his teammate Williams. He was wide open for the dunk.
Coach Pope has put together a group of guys that, I mean, truly, so far in this doesn't seem to be anybody looking out for themselves. Done a lot of work to get that way.
Really surprised Brea didn't shoot that. Here's the lob, and Williams.
Basket by Williams, assist to Brea.
Kentucky closed down there, but
Amari Williams.
Mitchell able to get the foul.
Amari Williams timing his steps as he was the trailer defensively. Saw that penetration coming baseline. Got his eyes got bright as they could be, thinking he was going to get another block.
Mitchell.
He's impressed. I mean, look, that ball goes down the low post to him. He's not forcing anything. I mean, he's not. I mean, he is taking shots that come to him, and he is. He knows when that ball goes down the low post and that defense collapses. And I got 4 other guys on this team that can shoot from outside that three-point shot. Find one of them.
It's a foul on Robinson. Mitchell at the line. Just the 5th foul on Kentucky. First free throw, 6.
Checking in for the Panthers is number 1, Alex Gray. He replaces Jones.
Kentucky shooting 61% in the first half. They have forced 10 turnovers and have a plus 10 rebound margin and are 7 of 19 from beyond the arc. Mitchell with another.
Think about how many of those came in transition as well. Those three-point shots.
Butler finds Almanor, back out Robinson, wide open, Robinson. Yes!
He was deep enough to give the pump fake, still take a step beyond the defender and still be behind the three-point line. And again, you got to respect him from anywhere outside that three-point line.
Robinson's got 3 trays in this first half, 60-22.
The shot's just effortless too. It doesn't look like any of it strains him.
Here's Tolles. 10 seconds on the shot clock for Wesleyan. Hand off to Caleb Allen, back to Tolles. 4 seconds, Tolles into a double team. Loose ball, Allen has it, straight away. No, rebounded by Gray, and Gray gets fouled by Williams with 0.2 of a second left in the half.
Coach Mark Pope over there showing his teeth in frustration on that one. Not sure Kentucky Wesleyan would have been able to get that one in the basket, had time to get it up and in if Mari hadn't fouled.
First foul on Williams, 6th on Kentucky. And here is Gray at the line. First one's good. Wesleyan, this is only their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the half. Kentucky's 4 out of 5 at the charity stripe.
A lot of that's just good defense as well for Kentucky. Again, to play as intensely as they have been, getting the deflections, getting turnovers, but not fouling.
0.2 of a second. Robinson will get it. Quick trigger. It's off the mark. And that brings us to the end of the first half here at Rupp Arena. Kentucky leading Kentucky Wesleyan 60-24. This first half had it all. You had defense and you had 3-pointers. Kentucky made 8 of 20 in that first half. You don't want to get too far ahead of yourself if you're a Kentucky fan, but you gotta like what you've seen so far in terms of the style of play, the 3-point shooting from the Wildcats, and Cameron, also how that's affected Kentucky Wesleyan's defense, because you have to close out on these Kentucky guards.
Well, watch this Kentucky Wesleyan defense. Every single pump fake, they've got to go for. And Kentucky is doing a fantastic job of throwing the pump fake up and then finding a more open shot than they've already got. I mean, again and again, you see pump fake, Kentucky Wesleyan's got to contest, and then they're finding the open man.
And the transition attack, too, from Kentucky. It's led to opportunities. One extra pass has led to an even better shot.
And not only that, but as you brought up earlier, a lot of it coming off deflections, as we see right here with Butler. Just one deflection equals a steal. I mean, that's what Coach Pope wants, deflection after deflection, because it frustrates offensive teams, or it frustrates offenses, and leads to easy buckets like that.
There you see some of the numbers from the first half. Kentucky 40% from beyond the arc. They were 8 of 20, and if you think about a team that wants to put up 35 threes a game, Cameron, if they're shooting anywhere from 35 to 40% on a night, they're going to be awfully hard to beat against any opponent.
If they can get up again, so much of it, though, is getting those good looks.
Right. And
I think that's probably been the most impressive thing tonight so far. You know, the deflections, the defense, the rebounding, the smart play that you'd expect from guys that are this season. But yeah, it's that, you know what, they're getting the good looks from three-point shot, and if they don't have it, they're finding somebody in a split second that does.
As far as Kentucky Wesleyan goes, Quentin Tolles, one of the newcomers on the team, showed well in the first half. He combined, along with Edward Jones Jr. for 12 of their 24 points, and Edward Jones Jr., he's shown a big investment so far for the Panthers in this ballgame.
Well, we heard Coach Cooper talking earlier before the game about, look, for us, it's going to come down to those mini games, right? All right, so right now, coming out of this second half, down 60-24, Kentucky leading is, all right, can we win the next 4 minutes, right? Can we go up the next 4 minutes? Can we dig into this lead? Maybe not the game, but this lead in the next 4 minutes.
Just about ready to go for the second half here at Rupp Arena. Cats lead at 60-24. So if you're Mark Pope and staff, you've got a large lead. You obviously want to protect that first of all, but what would you like to see in this second half from the Kentucky perspective?
The exact same thing I saw in the first half. No let up, no taking that foot off the gas, no relaxing, no having fun, fooling around. I mean, I want to see the same discipline that got you this lead in the first half. I want to see it duplicated in the second.
And for Kentucky Wesleyan, if you're Coach Cooper, you want to see your team win a 5-minute stretch.
Yes, exactly.
And the Panthers have the ball first. Nice little give and go there, running the baseline, and Jones lays it in.
And even Coach Cooper can say that. All right, but there's a possession we won. I mean, you got to find those positives.
They were working on plays just like that. Here's the lob, and away with the finish.
That might have been just a little too easy for Kentucky. See if Wesleyan can answer back.
Long shot by McIntyre, rims away. Come back to Owe. Down the lane, and a nice anticipation by Miles. Credit him with a steal. Here's Jones on the way. Can't get the runner to finish. Butler with a board.
Great defense by Andrew Carr that time. Not to foul, just to go up and contest.
Cross-court pass by Robinson, hauled in by Carr. A lot of active hands early for both teams in this second half. Fake the pass by Williams. Robinson tried to bank it in.
I don't know if the bank off the top of the backboard's open.
You can imagine the eruption if that had gone in.
So I love this closeout by Owe. Just getting in the grill, the guy with the ball, not letting him see anything.
Shot clock under 10. There's Jones. Down to 5. He turns and fires. Robinson with the rebound.
Great defense by Owe that time. That entire possession from the get-go, from the first closeout to making his man take a difficult shot.
Robinson on the money for the 4th time tonight from deep.
About how valuable it is to have Jackson Robinson come from BYU, be able to help these new players from Mark Pope, kind of talk them through what to expect, what to get out of their new head coach.
Carr finishes off the feed by Owe. Flying high here in Rupp Arena. And now Wesleyan turns it over.
And again, turnover, maybe a steal by Butler, because again, they're just being a nuisance.
Look at how casually Robinson just strolls up.
And it doesn't even look like he's going to shoot. That's what I said earlier. It's just so smooth that you're not sure what he's going to do.
And then Owe to Carr on that connection. That brought Rupp Arena to their feet. Here's Robinson again. Number 5, no. He's got 16 points in this exhibition.
I was about to say maybe a little deep on that one, but that's probably a stupid thing to say for him.
Wesleyan trying to settle into a set here. Huick gets it to go.
Basket by Huick.
Those balls aren't falling from the outside. Get them on the inside. Wesleyan's got a couple here.
Butler with some nice moves and a finish.
And again, immediately picks up full court.
69-28. We go under 17 minutes. Jones trips, and we got a late whistle. That'll be a foul on Butler.
Kentucky Wesleyan, this is a team, again, they like running that Princeton offense. They want to go backdoor. There's a lot of it. We've seen it earlier in this game. Kentucky fought for it. You know, Lamont Butler's guarding Kennedy Miles. He's one of the quickest players on the team. He's one of the ones going backdoor a lot. And as much as Lamont is hedging out and denying that pass, you'd think Miles would have more backdoors, but Lamont's just too quick. He's getting back in position and getting those hands in the way.
It's only the first foul on Butler, first on Kentucky for the half. Ansley Almanor checked in during the timeout. He's in for Carr. Miles got it from deep.
Three-point basket by Miles.
Robinson thought about it. Here's Butler. They left him, and he makes them pay.
3-4 Butler.
It looked like, Cameron, they were switching defensively, but they gave him a window, and he cracked it open. Now here comes Kentucky off a turnover, and Oweh.
That was Oweh's turnover. And again, assist to Lamont Butler. It bounced right to him. Oweh with the slam. Just everywhere on the court tonight.
Miles with the reverse, overshot it. Butler in transition to Robinson. Robinson going to the basket and has it deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Jackson. And that'll bring us to a timeout at Rupp Arena.
Oweh getting his hands on this ball right here. Immediately goes to Lamont Butler, and Lamont sees his teammate up the court for the dunk.
The man you see on the screen in front of you is one of many faces that Coach Pope has brought in from the transfer portal on this year's team. Kerr Kriisa, who's from Estonia, transferred in from West Virginia and is not playing tonight. They're being very precautious with him. He's got a little tweak, and they just want to make sure, it's not even really a tweak, they just want to make sure that he's good to go. And not playing tonight, but Kerr's going to be a big time.
Not exactly exuberant over on that court, but he's hurt.
Yeah.
Or over that sideline. But yeah, the little tweaked hamstring, I believe it is, for Kerr. And again, being very careful, because we saw him earlier on the court. He was running some wind sprints, doing some, had some resistance training going on. So just being extra special careful with him.
Coach Pope made it sound like they're hoping to get him back sooner than later.
Yeah. And again, speaking of Kerr, all the assists we've seen in this game, 18, 19, or whatever it is at this point, Kerr might be the guy on this team that leads Kentucky in assists.
Travis Perry and Brandon Garrison back in the game for the Wildcats, along with Kobe Brea. Oweh still out there. Here's Almanor. Now to Brea. Back to Almanor for the triple. Got it! And one!
I was at a practice earlier this year watching Ansley Almanor, Kobe Brea at the same basket going through three-point drills. 200 shots up, and between the two of them, they had 176 together. Ansley's not going to be left behind on this team that can shoot three-pointers.
Well, you mentioned the fact that Wesleyan was having to close out, and that time Alex Gray just extended too far.
There's so much, again, and I know this is what Coach Pope ultimately wants. It's so much. When you play a team like Kentucky that can shoot, that will shoot, and can't shoot three-point shots at a high percentage, it just does so much to you defensively. It's just frustrating as all get out.
And the three ball by Mitchell's no good. Rebound is out of bounds on the baseline. It'll stay with the Panthers.
I think you and I were even talking earlier. I mean, we've got a team like Kentucky right now that's shooting this high percentage of three-point. What do you do? What can you do other than try to keep it out of the three-point shooter's hands? The problem is, well, there's 5 of them on the court right now.
Colin Chandler is another one on the floor now for Kentucky. Here's a nice backdoor cut and a turnaround layup for Miles.
Basket by Miles.
Perry gets a screen for Garrison, the lob. Garrison's able to hang on to the possession, double teamed in the post. Come back to Garrison now along the baseline. Couldn't get it to go, but Perry tapped it out to Chandler in the corner, short. And a long rebound off to Gray, and the Panthers into front court. Miles to Tolles, that one's short. Nice box out for Garrison in the rebound. Ahead to Perry. Pass to Chandler. Working around to Brea. Chandler out to Perry. He wants a triple. Got it!
Ball moving. Wing, baseline, baseline, wing.
It's Perry's first bucket. And now we've got a whistle, and I think Perry's going to get called for the push here.
I think Travis, watch this backcourt by Wesleyan again. Travis Perry just getting caught up on the screen. Couldn't decide to go under or over it. But again, watch this from one corner to the other, to the baseline, back to the wing. Travis Perry with a wide open three-point shot.
So 2 fouls now on Travis Perry. Gray tried to go backdoor, but Perry anticipated and comes up with a steal.
Learned his lesson after that first time.
Oh, this place would have erupted if that ball had gone in after he juked a man out of his shoes. And Chandler knocks the ball free, picked up by Brea. And Almanor can't handle the pass in the corner.
And that's what I was talking about earlier, like what do you want out of the second half? Same focus you had in the first. Ansley was ready to shoot that ball before he had it in his hands. Immediately looked up at that goal instead of watching that ball hit his hands.
Tolles gets a breather on the bench for Wesleyan. They brought Ringo back in, along with McIntyre. The lob to McIntyre, Perry's there. Doesn't make it easy on him, but he's able to find a way as he just continued to move around that low block.
And this is stuff that Travis will learn. It's just that those back screens are what's getting him right now. It's gotten him twice. He made up for it in that middle time when he went back and got that steal. But again, they're looking for those back screens.
There's Chandler off to Brea. Back to Chandler. They'll wave off the three as a block under the basket. It's going to go on Gray of Wesleyan. Take another look at what happened off the ball, and Brea just crashed into Gray.
It crashed very hard into him, but again, you see that unselfishness. I mean, still just an extra pass when Brea easily could have probably put up a floater. But again, just that thought process that Coach Pope has drilled in these guys of 3-point, 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 3-point. Got the layup, take it, but if somebody's in the way, somebody's open out on the wing or out on the corner.
It's 2 fouls on Gray. And Kentucky goes back to work. Williams in the game, feeds Perry. Perry along the baseline out to Brea. Free throw line, got it.
Basket by Brea.
Brea with 8 points. And Trent Noah just came off the bench. He's ready to report in on the next dead ball. Mitchell gets the lay-in.
Again, a lot of this could be Kentucky Wesleyan just running their offense better, executing better. Some of it could be, again, just because of the score. And again, it's easy to get in this mindset where you're just not playing as focused as you were in that first half.
Brea from deep answers. Kentucky now 13 out of 29 from 3. That's 45%. Go under 12 minutes. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell, the fadeaway.
Nice shot by Mitchell that time, but again, he had to fade away because of Amari Williams just standing down below that basket.
Williams and Perry. Tip to Williams, and it got it.
Smart basketball play by Travis Perry that time. Again, we see it from a lot of these players, but again, just tipping the ball. You have to grab it with 2 hands all the time. Sometimes that quick tip pass or just tip rebound gets you what you need.
Ringo from out front, that's a 3. Won't fall, rebound comes right to Mitchell. And now it is Gray that tries it. Rebound tipped long. Wesleyan comes up with it again. It's Mitchell who got fouled on the board. 11:13 to go here at Rupp Arena. Kentucky leads at 87-39. Well, another one of those Kentucky freshmen getting ready to report in out of this timeout is Trenton Noah from Harlan County, Kentucky. He is the 5th all-time leading scorer in Kentucky boys high school basketball. You talk about Travis Perry being the all-time leading scorer in Kentucky boys basketball. Well, you also can bring Trenton Noah, who's the 5th all-time leading scorer with over 3,700 points.
A young man on his way to South Carolina to play his basketball there until Mark Pope got the head coaching job here at Kentucky, and Trenton Noah got to stay at home and play his ball. 19 three-pointers in the state high school basketball tournament last year, and beating one, I believe someone a lot of SEC fans will know. I believe he put Chris Lofton into second place in that record.
How about that? Trying to finish under the rim, and Ringo with some hesitation got it to go off the ball.
And a lot of strength by Ringo, too, going up against trying to push back on Amari Williams.
87-41. Here's Perry. Floats it inside to Williams. Williams wants to position himself just strong under the basket. He got fouled from behind and will shoot 2.
Kind of feel like maybe he wanted a little payback after what happened down here on this side of the court. Amari, it's like the only time in the game Amari's kind of the ball's gone in, and he's like, no, I got this, guys. Every other time he's looked for that pass going back out.
3-time Coastal Athletic Association Defensive Player of the Year, 15 points in the blue-white game. And when you think about, we talk a lot about offense because of this style Mark Pope wants to play, but he went out and got 2 Defensive Players of the Year from different conferences, Amari Williams and Lamont Butler.
And Amari was his first guy. The first guy he got in on this team other than his freshman, which at the time I believe was only Travis Perry. Amari was the first one that said yes to Coach Pope.
Second free throw for Williams, won't fall. Tolles with a rebound for Wesleyan. Here's Tolles to the baseline, falling down. Noah comes up with a pick. Loose ball steal. Williams and fakes the handoff to Chandler. Takes it himself to the basket and draws the and one.
Not just the defender, not just a shot blocker.
Here's Amari Williams, another look. Watch after the end here in the finish.
A little finesse.
A little flex on him.
I always used to like to draw charges when I played because it was easy and it's the only defensive thing I could really do, but I'm not sure I'd draw a charge on Amari Williams. That's a lot of meat coming down the lane.
And for Kentucky coming in is Lamont Butler replacing Perry.
Lamont Butler back in the lineup for Kentucky, replacing Perry. Chris Molieri is on the floor for Kentucky Wesleyan. He replaces Tolles in the lineup. Williams gets that one to roll.
For Kentucky, Brandon Garrison.
91-41. Garrison is in for Williams.
Kentucky scratching on that century point mark early in this game.
Still over 10 minutes to go. Ringo swings it around to Jones. Shot clock down to 10 for the Panthers. Jones directing traffic, looking to get rid of it. Here's Ringo on the baseline. Pull-up jumper off the mark, and a rebound by McIntyre. Deflected, and the Panthers will maintain the possession here. Molieri off on the right side to Miles. Got it.
Three-point basket by Miles.
91-44. Garrison. Noah had the back door along the baseline. Instead, they come to Butler. Out to Noah on that right side for 3. No. Chandler climbing for the rebound, unable to keep 2 hands on it. It'll be Wesleyan basketball. And let's take another look at the hustle by the Panthers here.
Great job again. Lamont Butler having to come up and then recover back to his man a little bit late. The Panthers able to get that 3 that they need.
Bray is going to get a break on the Kentucky bench. Robinson back in the lineup. 9:20 to play. Miles lost it. Butler stripped it from behind. Kentucky's got the loose ball, and it is Butler who comes away with it. Off to Chandler, right wing. No. The rebound to Ringo. Go under 9 minutes. Miles, Kennedy Miles. Finds Jones on the left. Now to McIntyre. Working underneath to Ringo. Off the baseline, Miles can't get it to fall. Noah with the rebound, brings it up himself. Butler to Noah, now Robinson, he'll put it up. That's number 5.
3 for Robinson.
19 points for Robinson, 5 of 8 from beyond the arc.
It almost makes me angry to watch someone have the green light like that. And that's this is whole team.
And we've got a foul, I believe, on Chandler.
Almost how deep he is on this.
The foul is on Chandler. That's his second.
Almost on the bench.
I mean, almost, and he's on the. It's not like he's on the baseline. He's on the wing and almost on the bench.
So that's 2 fouls on Colin Chandler. And Otega Owe returns to the lineup. Mitchell's back in for Wesleyan. Chandler goes out.
Otega Owe replaces Chandler.
4 fouls on each team. Off the inbounds, McIntyre can't get the jumper to fall. Butler climbs for the rebound. Dish ahead to Owe. Owe to the rim. Left-hander won't go. Noah nearly had the follow, but McIntyre comes away with it for the Panthers. Didn't give up on the play.
Panthers got numbers.
Here's Gray in the left corner. Cross-court pass intercepted by Garrison.
And if it wasn't Garrison, Owe was coming all the way back to get that too.
Here's Robinson. Can't get number 6 to go, but I'm sure that's not going to be his last attempt.
Must be nice.
5 of 9 tonight. Gray with the lob to Mitchell. Noah tried to swat it away and ends up with a foul. That'll bring us to a timeout at Rupp Arena. 7:46 to go. 94-44, Cats. On a night where Kentucky makes around 15 three-pointers, you better believe Jackson Robinson's going to have a couple, and so far tonight, Cameron Mills, he's got 5 on 9 attempts from beyond the arc.
And not all of them just stand still, as we see right there. Pump fake again, smart enough to stay behind that three-point line, into this great pass by Lamont Butler for Jackson to finish with the dunk.
Jackson Robinson with 19 points on 7 of 12 shooting overall.
And I know we've seen a lot of threes from him recently. It does seem like a quiet 19. It's so effortless the way he gets that shot up.
Moliere gets rid of it. Swing it to Gray. Wesleyan with the basketball. Panthers down 94-44. Shot clock down to 5. Here's Mitchell in the lane. Turnaround shot comes off. We've got a foul on the rebound as Huick took it away.
Great job by Wesleyan that time just to stay with their offense. Kentucky playing great defense. It's just those little things. They are fighting over every single screen. If they have to go under, then there's either a switch, because they're allowed to switch 1 through 4 positions tonight. But again, just you see them fighting over every screen instead of hitting screens and stopping.
Foul was on Garrison, his first, team 6th. Huick directing traffic for the Panthers. Shot clock down to 10 already. Moliere. 5 to shoot. Cuts his way down into the low block. And Butler blocks the shot, comes away with it. Butler dishes Owe in the corner. Yes!
I think Butler was beaten 3 times defensively down here on this end. Recovered every single time, got the block and the assist.
Second 3-ball for Owe. He's got 18. Cats have 6 in double figures as Huick misses the long shot from out front. Almanor with a rebound. They work it inside to Garrison. Garrison triple teamed. He's got Almanor wide open. Bottom.
I told you he could shoot. I'm not sure 1 through 4 who the weak spot here 3-point shooting wise is for Kentucky.
McIntyre can't get it to go. Robinson with the board. Kentucky's reached the century mark, 100-44. Inside to Garrison, turnaround jumper won't go. Rebound Huick. Moliere. Right corner to Gray.
And a good recovery by Owe that time to get down to that corner.
after 6 minutes to go. Olieri, low post, back out to Gray. Upstairs, McIntyre, and it won't fall. A rebound over the back, I think, on Garrison there.
Beat, and still gets the block.
Garrison says, you take it.
I mean, he got beat 3 times. He had, the angle was given up, and he recovered all 3 times. Whether the strength or speed, he got there and then got the block and the assist.
Robinson, Butler, and Almanor check out. Chandler, Perry, and Noah are back in.
How easy it is, too, again, because you know when you're beaten defensively. And look, I doubt Lamont Butler is beating that often defensively, but you know when it happens, and it's so easy to say, all right, you know what, don't foul. You know, don't give. He got me this time, and yet for him to stay with that 3 different times and then still get the block, and then again Kentucky on that fast break.
Carr is in for Garrison, who just picked up his 2nd foul.
Speaking of fast breaks, I believe that's 33 fast break points for the Wildcats tonight.
34.
Because that was 3. That's how math works. Good job. Thank you for that correction.
Huick misses the front end of the bonus. Kentucky comes back the other way. Noah. Back to Chandler, to Noah. Noah puts it up. Bottom!
I like the way Trent, again, nobody forced it, but Trent waited for that shot to come back. For both he and Travis, hitting those 3s tonight, those are important 3s for them.
First shots to fall for both Perry and Noah tonight. They both have 3 points apiece, and we've got a foul on Perry.
These are both great 3-point shooters, not just great basketball players. But again, I love the way Trent grabbed the ball and just immediately he knew he's got the green light. Just about everybody on this team does. So if you're open, even a split second, especially someone like Trent Noah with that size he's got on him, you go shoot the ball because that's what he does best.
Kentucky's up to 7 players in double figures now. 103-44. Miles at the line. Free throw is good. You've got Robinson with 19, Owe with 18. Almanor has 12, Williams has 12, Brea's got 11, Butler has 11, and Carr has 10. Miles goes 2 for 2. Chandler pushes it to Brea. Back to Chandler. Back to Brea. He puts it up. No. Perry battles for the rebound. Out to Noah from 3. Yes!
All made by Travis Perry again. Tips the ball, goes and gets it, immediately finds an open teammate.
Kentucky's 18 of 38 from beyond the arc. 47%. Perry, nice job there against Miles. Jones backing down Noah into the lane. Forces it up and gets it to rattle in.
Basket by Jones.
Nice job by Jones. 4:22. Clock ticks away. Chandler. Right-hander.
Basket by Chandler.
Lays it in.
Easy. The way they're shooting 3-point shots tonight, Kentucky, those layups are kind of boring to watch.
Edwards just forces it up and he scores. Edwards has had a good night for Wesleyan. Edward Jones Jr., 12 points, 6 of 12. Chandler out front. Has it deflected. Gray picks up the steal. Into front court. Pivots right to Miles. In and out. Rebound by Mitchell wouldn't go on the tip. That's because it was taken away by Almanor. Here's Noah, transition 3, left corner money.
From Kentucky to Kentucky. Assist to Perry, 3-pointer to Noah.
Noah's got 6.
And that's 3 in a row, I believe. Is that not?
Yeah, you're right. That's his 3rd, actually. Upstairs. Look wouldn't fall for Jones. Perry driving right off the glass and in.
I feel like Coach Pope's over there trying not to smile. Sometimes it's hard as a coach to find what you got to work on. I'm sure he's figuring it out.
Gray, walled off by Perry, throws it back out to Miles. They'll get the shot clock down to 10. Miles, step back, left it short, and that'll bring us to a timeout. What about these young Kentucky freshmen, Cameron Mills, coming off the bench?
Travis Perry and Trenton Noah, so big for them to get those first threes because the three-point shooters in this Rupp Arena. And Noah again, 2 back-to-back, actually 3 back-to-back. That one even challenged, and he knocks it down.
Kentucky getting ready to tip off their season officially in the next week or two. The NBA doing the same. And Cameron Mills, if you turn on just about any NBA game, you're going to see plenty of former Kentucky Wildcats suiting up.
I mean, just looking at this list, I feel like like you said, it would not just about any NBA game you turn on, you're going to see a former Wildcat play. And this isn't even all. We got 2 pages of this.
29 total players, most in the NBA.
It's absolutely amazing. And again, what Coach Cal did as far as recruiting, and I know a lot of people will talk about, well, only one hung banner. Look, folks, it's a lot harder to hang a banner than you think. And for him to come here and hang one and all that talent. But we've got a new era now, and Mark Pope's interested in hanging banners.
Wildcats with a 113-50 lead over Kentucky Wesleyan in this exhibition matchup. Stats are not going to count on the final season, but you got to be impressed with what Kentucky's done. 19 of 39 from 3, 49%. They have 29 assists in the game tonight on 44 made shots. Only 5 turnovers.
5 turnovers. Can't do the math that quick. Was that about a 5-to-1, 6-to-1 turnover to assist ratio?
How about Lamont Butler? 11 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 6 steals.
And a quiet second half somewhat. He's had a few moments here, but
and 2 blocks.
Nothing like he did in that first half.
Jackson Robinson leading the scorers with 19 points. Otega Owe with 18. Kentucky's got officially 7 players in double figures.
And everybody that's played for Kentucky has scored.
That's even more exciting.
Kentucky Wesleyan doing a little half-court trap. And
yes, we're ready for it.
How you beat it. That was Trent Noah, got the ball in the corner and immediately looked opposite. The corner here on the half court immediately looked opposite and had a streaking Kobe Bryant down the lane.
Go down to 2 minutes left in this exhibition. Nice move there, or a nice effort by Gavin Reed, but left that layup short against the Kentucky defense. Perry couldn't get it to fall. Chandler hustles for the rebound.
He had Bray. They've got Bray in the low post.
Noah again.
Why
4!
Why not?
Wow. Noah off the bench, 4 triples. Trent Noah's bringing them to their feet here at Rupp Arena. There you see Trent Noah, who's come off the bench in the second half and has made 4 threes on 5 attempts. All of his shots, Cameron, have been from beyond the arc.
Look at that confidence, too. Again, different than that first 3 he shot once he got in the game. Remember, he got in the game late compared to everybody else, but immediately he's made the most of those minutes. I think 4 of 5 from the three-point line, and he's shooting with confidence now.
Final 95 seconds of this exhibition matchup with Kentucky Wesleyan.
Oh, no, here we got 2 Kentucky boys out on the court. Walker Horn's dad played high school basketball in Kentucky.
There's a jumper. Bowden Bates, a sophomore from Brownsville, Kentucky, with the deuce. Here's Horn, gives to Chandler. Back to Horn along that baseline, to Almanor. Got it.
I like what Walker did there, because you heard the moment he touched the ball, what did the fans want? They wanted him to shoot the 3, and I get it. Walker wants to go in there and do what he needs to do to play basketball, which was exactly what he did. Dribbled baseline, found the open 3 from Ansley Almanor down on the three-point line.
Horn comes up with a steal, and then he gets tripped up in transition. Cameron, Kentucky's got 121 points. They have attempted 42 three-pointers tonight. They have made 50%. from beyond the arc.
Probably better than I think we expected. Certainly more three-point shots than we expected. But didn't think they'd hit 50%, but they have caught fire. And again, could see a lot more of this year from this Kentucky ball club.
They're up to 8 players in double figures. And like you mentioned earlier, everyone who's played has scored, but they want Horn to be added to that list. Here's Chandler, and he finishes with a one-hand jam.
You just don't think he's going to have that elevation, and then he just rises up another 12 inches, it seems like.
Rattled the rim. Under 30 seconds.
Number 32 overall recruit in the class of 2022. Went on his Mormon mission and now back playing his freshman year.
Here's Reed, had it knocked away from Almanor, got it back, 5 to shoot. Bates. Here's Reed, the desperate heave, no good. Perry with a rebound, 7 seconds to go. The crowd wants him to give it to Horn, but that's going to be it. An impressive showing by Kentucky tonight in their exhibition opener against Kentucky Wesleyan, as the Wildcats shoot 50% from beyond the arc and win this one 123-52. We'll be joined by Coach Pope in just a moment. We'll also hear from one of the Kentucky players, but Cameron, what an impressive, respect to the opponent.
Correct.
Kentucky did everything you wanted them to do and maybe a little more.
I'd say a little bit more. I think talking to Coach Pope earlier, he wasn't sure what he was going to see tonight. I mean, he wanted his team to be challenged. I think there might be some question. They certainly were in parts of it, but every reaction was what he's going to want. The thing I know about Coach Pope, though, he's going to go back and look at the film. He's going to find those things and say, look, don't look at the scoreboard. Don't look at that. No. Look at the film. Look at where we missed assignments, because that's what a coach is going to do. And the cool thing is, the great thing about having upperclassmen is that they're going to respond to that well. They're going to know, hey, we got improvements that we're going to have to make.
Kentucky finished tonight with 32 assists on 48 makes and only 5 turnovers.
Again, taking care of the basketball. Remember when I said earlier, the second half, let's not play sloppy, right? If you're Kentucky, don't play sloppy. Do what you did in the first half, or in the second half, what you did in the first half. That's what they did. A few notable exceptions, again, Coach will point them out, but they played basketball in that second half the same way they did the first. They worked hard. They did everything they needed to do.
You and I could go down the list of the individual performances tonight, but Lamont Butler, I thought, did Lamont Butler things. You could also say Otega Owe was everywhere tonight defensively on the glass, and he also scored 18 points.
Well, I mean, could you mention a guy on the Kentucky team that didn't do what that guy's supposed to do? I mean, everybody did. I mean, Brandon did, Amari did. I mean, everybody played their game and played it well, and it was fun to watch.
No. We're going to be joined now by the victorious head coach of these Kentucky Wildcats. Coach Mark Pope is with us. And, Coach, your thoughts on an impressive performance by your team tonight?
Well, listen, it's a good team we played tonight. It's a championship team. One of the things that we want to do is we want to play 2 championship teams in these exhibition games. And this is a really proud Kentucky Wesleyan team that's storied. And Drew's done an unbelievable job there. They won the league last year. And so it was great. Our guys were pretty locked in on defensive assignments for the most part, and I was proud of the way our guys played.
What is the one thing, because I know the way you're thinking, okay, you're not looking at the scoreboard, you're thinking of what do we need to get better at. What was the one thing that stood out tonight that, you know what, we got to improve here?
So you guys are going to get so frustrated with me, because what I'm going to focus on is what we did well, because we learned from what we did well. I was so proud of our guys against a team that's really gap heavy and really put package in the team in the key. Our guys were great about coming to 2 feet and making plays for each other. You know, we finished the first half 18-2, 18 assists and 2 turnovers, and guys were really disciplined on the offensive end about not bailing out, taking tough 2-person challenge shots at the rim, but getting 2 feet and making plays for their guys. So I'm super proud of that. You know, if you really push me,
I'm going to push you.
We got to a space where we lost a little bit of our communication against their Princeton stuff, and we gave up a couple baskets at the rim that we don't like. But I was proud of our guys, the way they responded and fixed it. We had a little stress, but for the most part, I really enjoyed our guys' focus and intensity all night long.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, guys.
Coach, thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
And that's head coach Mark Pope. Stick around just a moment, because we're going to get a chance to talk with Jackson Robinson, who led all scorers tonight with 19 points on 7 of 12 field goals He was 5 of 9 from beyond the arc to lead the charge there. And Kentucky's 123-52 win over Wesleyan. And Jackson joins us now. First of all, if I were to tell you that you guys shot 42 threes and made 50%, what would your reaction be?
I mean, it's a team full of shooters. We practice it every day. We put in the work. So, I mean, it's nothing that we're not used to.
Do you ever feel like, watching you all share the ball, move the ball especially, do you ever feel like there are moments where maybe you passed up an open one to find one that maybe wasn't so, or is it always, hey, it's just an immediate reaction, I got to find another guy?
Yeah, sometimes maybe, but I mean, that's what happens when you have an unselfish team. So, I mean, we're just always trying to make the right play and get everybody involved, and that's what Coach Pope preaches we got here.
You've obviously put in a lot of work going back to the summer with this team being brand new to each other. How nice was it, though, just to compete against somebody else tonight?
Man, it was great. I can't tell you how happy I am to be done with Lamont Butler. I've said it many times, but, man, it felt good being out here with my guys and just playing as one unit.
Jackson, thanks so much for joining us. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jack.
That's Jackson Robinson after Kentucky wins it 123-52 over Kentucky Wesleyan. And Cameron, we've talked about a lot of things. You and I could probably spend another 15, 20 minutes on the positives from tonight, but your overall thoughts on what you saw tonight?
I think everything, because you don't know. You're asked so many times, well, what's this Kentucky team going to be like? I know Coach Pope's been asked that. You and I have as well, and you don't know until you see him out here against somebody else. And it doesn't matter what level. I mean, that's a Kentucky Wesleyan conference champion last year, Division II, but it doesn't matter. It's another team that played well and, you know, scored against us and caused problems for us, and yet we were able to overcome those, as Coach Pope said. So focus on the positive, but you know what? They did what we thought they were going to do, and that was the exciting thing to me, is watching them execute, knowing that's a three-point shooting team, and they shot three-pointers tonight.
Kentucky wins it 123-52 over Wesleyan here at Rupp Arena, shooting 50% from three, 32 assists to 5 turnovers, and they showed out tonight with 8 in double figures. Thanks for being with us. This has been a presentation of ESPN and the SEC Network. We say goodnight from Lexington.